A new beginning tonight for a Hawkins County cemetery after years of turmoil and frustration for families. I'm Josh Smith.
I'm Sarah Diamond. This started after the former cemetery's owner, Vickie Ringley, pleaded guilty to theft, forgery, and failure to follow cemetery regulations back in 2017. Ringley admitted to using her customers' money, more than $208,000, for her own needs.
A News Channel 11 investigation into what was happening at the cemetery in Hawkins County prompted hundreds of people to come forward about their problems with Ringley, who was later arrested. The Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance then stepped in to take over management of that Hawkins County Memorial Gardens, and they hired an outside party to come in and do the work.
At one point, the cemetery went to auction, but the deal fell through when the potential buyer backed out because of pending trust funds.
And that was 4 years ago. Fast forward to today, News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel reports grief and frustration from family members created a new nonprofit to take over the cemetery.
My dad passed suddenly, and I was so consumed by that grief that I turned it into sort of the action here. And then I learned the people and the same stories.
Hannah Weiniger is the president of HCMG Incorporated, a not-for-profit created by people who have family members buried at the Hawkins County Memorial Gardens and victims of past owner Vickie Ringley's theft and fraud.
The state would have legally abandoned the cemetery, and the unsold plots would have forever remained unsold, and it would have reverted to county property.
Hawkins County always has budgetary challenges, and we couldn't take the risk that this property would be abandoned with no financial support.
The board now oversees the maintenance, sales, and operations of the cemetery.
We believe we've got a set of professional skills, people that know how to evaluate business decisions and operational decisions, and not just jump and try to do things without thinking it through carefully.
A majority of the board members plan to be laid to rest there themselves.
Coming to visit a grave, I mean, people deal with emotions during that time that are tough on very many, and we don't want the grounds or the operation of the cemetery to make it worse.
The group already has ideas for improvements.
We want to restore the mausoleum. We want to fix our drainage issues, put up new signs and new flags and a new office, but all of that depends on plot sales.
A bright spot after years of grief and frustration.
I really hope it's closure for all the families that are affected. There are roughly 3,000 plot owners. In a county the size of Hawkins County, when you have 3,000 plot owners, I dare say that every person in Hawkins County was somehow affected by this.
In Rogersville, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
Burial plots purchased from Ringley still will be honored. Vaults, headstones, and other services purchased from Ringley cannot be honored. If you're interested in making a tax-deductible donation to the Hawkins County Memorial Gardens, we have information about that on WJHL.com.